Thank you, Chairman Padilla. Many years ago, when I was a brand new member of the United States Senate and a brand new member of this committee, I got an amazing phone call. It was from a senator named Ted Kennedy. I couldn't believe Ted Kennedy was actually calling me. And he said, "You're coming on to the Judiciary Committee, and I want you on the Immigration Subcommittee." I said, "If you want it, Senator Kennedy, I'm going to do it." And I asked for it, and I was fortunate enough to become a member of that committee and a member of this subcommittee, which, with the exception of 2 years, I've served on now for 22 years, 24 years that I've been in the Senate. But I have to be here today, not just because of the importance of the topic that is at hand, but because I'm watching history in the making. Alex Padilla, you become the first Latino senator in the history of the United States Senate to chair the Immigration Subcommittee hearing. That is no small thing. It is the right thing. And I'm glad that you are here, not just for the people of California, but for our nation. You can speak, as you already have, to the reality of immigration, what you and your family have lived through, what they've worked so hard to prove themselves over the years, and how important their sacrifice has been to you and your family and your life. To represent both you and Senator Feinstein, this amazing state of California, is no small thing. It is a dramatic example of the trust that people in California have in you, and I'm glad you're here for this purpose. This moment is long overdue. And let me just say about essential workers. The people we are talking about today were not named essential workers by any politicians on the Democratic side. They were designated essential workers by the President Trump. It was the president who decided, through his administration, that their jobs were essential to America. And it's so obvious when you consider all of the different occupations that have been described in the earlier documentary. On the healthcare front, for goodness sakes, you have a nurse practitioner, Rosemary Tylis, I believe, who is going to be testifying today. I looked quickly at her remarks, and she talked about risking her life every day in front of COVID-19 as a healthcare provider. She said there was no second guessing or fear when it came to providing care to patients. As a healthcare provider, I knew it was my obligation to provide healthcare to those in need. That's an amazing statement. We cheer these people, these emergency healthcare workers, because of their courage and sacrifice to help us through this pandemic crisis. But listen to what she says in just the next sentence or two. Despite all of that, I live in constant fear of deportation or a discontinuation of my temporary protected status. So I would say to Senator Cornyn that there are so many different circumstances that brought people to this country. We know the vast majority of undocumented people overstayed a visa, came here on a student visa, travel visa, stayed on. It wasn't any sinister criminal plot. They were trying their best to become part of a country that they believed in. I would just say, Senator Cornyn, I'm glad that you and I are working together on this, and I just hope that we can, all the people who have faith in what we're doing, we can reward it with a good conclusion. I'm not going to give a sermon. I'm not qualified. My resume doesn't qualify me for it. But I will say this. I personally believe in a God of second chances. In fact, I'm counting on it. And these people today, these essential workers, are asking for a second chance. They may have come to this country in undocumented status, illegal circumstances, semi-legal circumstances, but they have tried to prove that they can earn their way to a legal status and really walk away from this fear of deportation. What more can we ask of them than to risk their lives for us? How can we turn them away? Will there ever be a day when they have paid their debt to this society and deserve a chance to become legal parts of America? I think that's what Senator Padilla's bill is all about, and that's why I'm proud to sponsor it and glad to be at this hearing.